Hey there team, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to some more Landlord Super. Okay, where were we? So it does irk me a little bit that because you can only have one property, you can't really have passive income from rent at the same time as working on a property. Which is a little bit, it sort of makes me wonder, what's the point of even renting a property out? I suppose you can rest for multiple days at a time. So maybe you rent a property and then you go to sleep for a month to make a butt ton of money. Oh, that said, the clients only stay for a couple of days and then you have to do maintenance and all that. There's a whole sort of mini game there, I suppose. No, yeah. Anyway, I've enjoyed experimenting with this. What the hell? Is it still setting? Why is it different colors? I guess I paid for that to be laid, and then I used my own concrete for that. Do they have a different stat line? That's prime concrete. I have to wonder. I wonder what that's about. Anyway, so I was having a think about it because I'm happy that I've found the center, right? But I need to focus on something else now, and this is what we're going to focus in on. We're going to focus in on understanding smallest rental property, largest rental property, 128 square meters. Are you telling me that that property I had was 128 square meters? Because, okay, let's get to here. 200 square meters is what this property needs to be if I want to make a grafter build as a minimum. So that's what we want to figure out. I want to figure out how we can sort out 200 square meters. Now, I mean, I can see my feet. Not that we work in feet, but it's not super overt what exactly this is. I want to see the little grid lines. That's what I want to see. Right. Right. Whatever, we'll just rough this out. Okay, so how much is, like, in feet, roughly? If I were to say my guys, right, so it looks like maybe they're 2 foot per square, 2 foot-ish plus change, and a meter is 3 1/3 foot. Right, 1, 2, 3. So it might even be that 2 of these squares is a meter. That might be what the measurement is. And I'm hoping that if I were to pour 200 meters square of concrete on this property, I'm hoping that this, see how it says maintain above 20% condition is ticked. Plaster interior walls, I guess that's ticked. Remove tarpaulin. Repair, yeah, okay. Install exterior windows. 1 sofa. Don't I have a sofa here? Okay, what if I put this on the slab? Huh. Do you know what I'm sort of getting at? See, it says maintain above 20%. Install a staircase. I might be able to test it. I might be able to test that. Because what I want to do is figure out what 200 square meters is in terms of this game. Because if this is in fact my estimation, that a meter is 2 squares, what would we want to do then? 1, 2, 3. 3 meters. 200 square, we would do something like 5 by, or 50 by 40? 50 meters? 150 of these squares? That can't be right. So how are they measuring it? It'd make much more sense if that one of these squares is a meter as far as the game's concerned, even though that doesn't make a lot of sense. And the other thing is that it's saying, what was it saying? The smallest rental property, 128 square meters. That's what our other property was, I guess. I think, unless it's saying that's what this is. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. How do I install this? Look, you'd have to screw it in at the top and the bottom. Alright, so I can't really do that. So what do we do? What do we do indeed? Let's pour some more concrete. Oh, let's see if this moves the needle on the 128 listed. Why does that not work? That's got to be a glitch, because when I placed that then, it was the right direction, and if I do it exactly the same, it works this time. So there's sort of a glitch with placing it sometimes, I've noticed. Okay. Where'd me tub go? Maybe you hung up my tool. Oh no, well I've got a tub here. This is cool, having the quick mix. It's good as well. As much as I've enjoyed mixing all the different amounts, having you need to tech up in these sort of things, right? The gameplay loop's moved on to a different sort of stage. You need the tech of the game to move with you. Otherwise, or unless you just want to stay at the low end. How come you're white now? I mean, did I pour a tiny bit of a different mix in there? Like a little bit of leftover in the concrete mixer, perhaps? I don't suppose that's changed any of the stats, has it? It hasn't affected that, just in case it was reading that out. 200 square meter property. And how long is that going to take to dry? 12 hours. Yeah, so I like the idea of building it to that minimum requirement and then trying to fit it all together. That appeals to me. Let's I don't really want to let it all just dry one at a time. And, well, I guess the concrete's free now, right? So, like... So there's nothing stopping me from placing a whole bunch of this. Probably shouldn't have walked. What happens if I walk on it anyway? I can't. Okay, that's fine. So I don't think there's a real disadvantage from laying a monster slab. And then, hypothetically, let's say, the hope is that it ticks over. The hope is that it ticks over the 200 minimum in my book. And then what I could probably do is smash slabs with a sledge to reverse engineer it all. To walk backwards to figure out the dimensions. Well, who knows? I don't even know if it calculates the wet cement into the into the square footage calculation. So, you know, we should just check these stat lines as we go. 128. You know, you never know. Let's lay some more. Alright. So we'll just keep belting down slabs. And it was cool figuring out the minimum, sorry, the center. I'm happy with that. But then I think, yeah, I kind of want to take that minimum size and try and make it work. So we need to figure out what that size is. It's cool having the plane fly over effect. It's a nice touch. Again, methodical. Nothing ticking over yet. Let's just keep filling it up. Keep laying slabs. So I'm hoping that it treats all the slabs separate as well when it dries. I think it... Actually, we can test that because we've already got some dry slabs over there. See, at a blush, it's hard to necessarily tell what is going on with this texture. But if I grab this, I think it treats them as separate entities. Yeah, see? I guess I did pour them at different times. Yeah, I think that'll work. So if it was 250 square meters, you'd probably want to do like a 5x5 situation. I wonder if one of these perfect blocks, because they're taking 250 litre volume, I wonder if this in and of itself is 10 by 10 meters. God, that would be weird, but I don't know. It might be. No, we're not hitting minimums there. I don't believe there's any sort of like yardstick or measurement tool or anything like that. Oh my goodness. Calmly now. 2% energy. Oh. Let's go get a pub meal. There's still plenty of day left. Geez, I've dropped below £13,000. Ugh. So slow. Oh, look how thin my tummy is now. It used to be a bit bigger. We need to work on that. Yes. No, I need to put on weight. Give me the potato leek pie as well. 2 lunches. Mate, that'll set your clock right. I'm near the tool shop. Is there anything I want here? Nail gun, mortar gun, bolt gun. I mean, they're all better versions of what I've got. Mobile compressor, pneumatic breaker. Requires no energy to use. Need a... Yeah, okay. Might come to it. Petrol-powered cement mixer. I think we kind of skipped that. A torch. Yes. Added to your top pocket. That's cool. That's handy. I mean, yeah, let's buy this as well. And I'll carry it with me. There we go. God, there is something about this game, man. Do you reckon that just turns on automatically at night time? Oh. Maybe if I'm not knocking it over. Still drying, eh? Alright, let's pour some more. Okay. More concrete. So remember the lid. Fill her up, baby. Getting a bit of a rhythm pouring this slab. I do wonder if, like, because we can sell this. Oh, you know, that's what we need to check in the morning. Is the old property? Is the old property? How do you say? Still 13,000, whatever it was. It was just under £14,000. Like, because what we could probably do is sell this. You know, we could chip away at this for a few episodes and we could sell it and then pick up a rental property to earn money and try and just sort of stay above a float or something, I guess. It's a thought. It's a thought. 128 square, 200 square meter property. So what's my best guess to make 200 square meters? I'm thinking it is a scenario where I would have to go 5 by 4 of these big things. So, what would that make 128 square? Because that's what the other property was. This dude with this bloody leaf blower can piss right off. Really? All right. might need to plug that into a generator or something. So my best guess at the moment is that that's 30 by 30. Right? Yeah. So 90 square meters. Is this smaller than the main property that I had before? What would the game said that was 128. I think we just persevere. Oh, look at this handy thing. Just make sure it's 250. Yeah, I think I'll keep going until I've made a 5x4. See, as you can tell, I'm pretty big on poking a game and figuring out its systems. Sort of how I tick is figuring out how it ticks. Geez, the torch is handy. Actually, no, what was I saying? My math is off. I was saying that I reckon that's 5 across. Hmm. 5, 10, 15, 20. That's what I'm guessing. So we want 25 times 20. I think. I might go to sleep. Just see if drying the concrete makes any difference. Because it's becoming quite a large property, isn't it? I'm trying to turn my light off. Okay. Alright, well, at least it's all dry now. Hmm. One, two, three, 4, 5. Oh, okay, I guess that's just bugged now. You're good. That's great. Get rid of this. Yeah, I wonder if it measures square foot on a second floor. That's one thing I... How would we test that? I guess we could lay... Well, let's see if we can lay 200 square first. We'll lay 200 square first and see if I can get the system to tick it off and detect it, right? It should, surely. Because this is we're talking about laying foundation. If you have a set amount of minimum requirement foundation, you'd probably want to know at the foundation laying level. Alright, so I don't think it's unreasonable to assume that. And then I suppose what we could do is destroy one slab, so walk it back one increment from the minimum. So we tick off the 200 square. Hypothetically, that works and it ticks off. Then we delete one slab, so it's just under. Then we add a second floor and do essentially a slab equivalent size on the second floor and see if that recovers the square footage. Because is that how it normally works? I'm just trying to think. Like if I were to rent, hypothetically, if I were to rent a 4th story apartment in the city, it's advertised as X square foot. Do you know what I mean? So it does count floors that are elevated. I've never really thought about it too much. If you're in a multi-story apartment, does it count the multi-floors as the square footage? Surely, I think it surely does. But then again, it's a video game as well. Like, how sure are we that that's going to behave that way? Because how many floors can we make? We could make a really tiny apartment, but we could make it 6 floors high. And it meets the square foot requirements. Ooh, that might be fun. So you see, these sort of permutations within set restraints, that's what I enjoy doing. That's where my creative flair comes from, is if you go, here are your constraints, now do something within them. That's probably a great way of describing it. So I do have a creative sandbox leaning, for sure, but it's not pure free-form artistic, like non-functional arguably as well. Like I'm not really interested in non-functional stuff. I'm a problem solver, I guess. I'm sure there are plenty that roll with me that think the same way, right? So that's why, like, for me, finding the center was so important. Figuring out the constraints, working within them, and then, if we're being honest, squeezing them, breaking them, poking them. That's why, you know, things with builds, your Dark Souls games, like, that's a little bit more overt, a little bit more noticeable and understandable. But that's why people like them a lot of the time, is because they're trying to break it. They're trying to learn the rules of the Matrix. And then twist them, bend them, break them. Because once you know the rules, you can sort of work within them up to the limit. Just double check. Yeah. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across. And then what we'll do is we'll go 4 deep. Yeah. And things like that are a little bit more noticeable in something like Factorio. Because that really captures that spirit. You know, your DSPs, all that sort of stuff. Your Satisfactories. God, we should probably do a playthrough of all of them as well. I'm writing up a provisional calendar for the next 52 games, because I want to add, on average, a game per week. Because the math is, at the rate that I turn out episodes and play, I should be able to complete a game per week. Now that doesn't mean, like, this is taken as an average from how long to beat. So you're going to have some games that take 3 hours, but you're going to have some other games that take 50. But the floating average, if you poll the top 52 games by completion on there, and then you average it out over a 7-day period, you know, this current system should be spot on. I'm still going to keep checking, even though I think I've figured out how it works. I'll still check after each slab. See, that's 3 deep. 1, 2, 3. And it's probably good that we've left that wall in there because that's our center. You know, we will lose track if we don't be careful. That discolored block in the center is our center. So we'll go 1 deeper. This is exciting. Yeah, surely... Yeah, I think people are on board with what I'm doing. So, once we've figured out the rule for 200 square meters on the ground floor, we're then going to install the staircase immediately and work on getting a second floor. And see if we can squeeze it. How handy is this cement? Don't get me wrong, I miss cement mixing. That was fun. I really enjoyed all that. But man, imagine having to do it for each and every one of these. My God, what a nightmare. Smallest rental property, enterprise, largest, 128 square meters. See, the concern also is that maybe it won't recognize it just as a slab, like there might be a completion requirement required. We've got our broad dimensions now, so that's good. Yeah, so what we don't have to stay on this project. We may even, like, it seems pretty straightforward enough for me to just sell a property to, it's almost like putting a car in a garage to take out a different one. We might even do that, because the idea of doing those fixer-uppers is pretty appealing as well. The ones that are default in the game. So I don't know if we'd really create beyond this house. I'm not sure because there's going to be different tiers of tenants beyond this. Maybe we do make a custom house for each tier type. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to really predict. So, just need to do a couple more of these. We must be getting up towards the 128, right? So what am I saying? That one of these is probably 20... One of these slabs is 25 meters, right? 50... Wait, that doesn't make sense. Hang on. 5 by 5 be 25. No, that can't be right. Oh, I'm not even sure at this point. All I know is if I just keep pouring slabs, we should get the answer. I might actually, because I'm gonna save here. I might just do this because I'm wondering. I'm worried that the wet slabs don't count. And I know that we'll probably reset this. But I just wanna check. No, it hasn't ticked any of that. Add a second floor, install a staircase. Alright. Alright. We'll see how we go. All right, team, thanks again for joining me. Might just leave it there for the time being. I'll catch you guys on the next one.